pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's just go to you, please, administer the oath to our newly elected board members.
Come on. Do you want your family up with you? You certainly can.
Oh, they're going like this.
It's up to you. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Sarah Sabatino,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of trustee
of trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Andrew Strauss,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of trustee
of trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities. Congratulations.
Are there any nominations for president of the board for the 24-25 school year?
I nominate trustee Grosso, president.
Second.
Are there any other further nominations for president? Okay, nominations for president are now closed. There being no further nominations, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Anything on the question? Trustee Grosso, are you willing to serve?
Yes.
Okay, trustee Grosso is unanimously elected president of the Board of Education for the 24-25 school year. Okay, so let's move on. Are there any nominations for vice president?
Does Chris have to swear in first?
30 days, I believe, right?
May I can swear in, if you're going to do all the nominations, we can do them all at once after that.
Okay. We're gonna-
Unless he's going to take over from here.
It's a little challenging.
I'm just gonna do up to vice president.
Okay. That
Move
works.
on. All right, so, are there any nominations for vice president of the board?
I nominate
Nominate
Cavallari.
Vice President Cavallari.
Second.
Yep.
Are there any further nominations for vice president of the board? Nominations for vice president are closed. There being no further nominations, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Anything on the question? Trustee Cavallari is willing to serve?
Yes.
Trustee Cavallari is unanimously elected Vice President of the Board of Education for the 24-25 school year.
Yes, thank you.
Trustee Grosso, there's an issue about swearing in someone remotely, so I would ask that you be sworn in separately. We can do it again at the next meeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this work.
Yep. I don't think
So there's a legal issue with swearing someone in remotely. So I'll swear you in person, okay?
Okay.
Okay. state your name.
I, Gerardo Cavalieri,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of Vice President of the Board of Education
of Vice President of the Board of Education
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Thank you. Well, item number 4, we need to elect and appoint alternative vice president. Do we have a nomination for alternative vice president? I would like to nominate trustee Farrell. Second. Okay. Any other nominations? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, trustee Farrell.
Yes.
Chris?
Raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Patty Farrell,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of alternate Vice President of the Board of Education
of alternate Vice President of the Board of Education,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Administrate, please administrate the oath of office to the superintendent.
State your name.
I, June Falraga,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Superintendent of
of
Schools
Superintendent of Schools
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Okay, need to move, item 6, appoint a vote on the district clerk, treasurer, and attorney. Make a motion to move for district clerk Jennifer Merchant at salary $27,500.
Second?
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye. No.
Oh, we have, so we have no, so I have to go to full board.
Okay, trustee Farrell,
No.
trustee Vicente,
No.
trustee Cavalieri.
Yes. So,
Trustee Posio,
yes.
trustee Sabatino,
No.
trustee Strong,
Yes.
and trustee Grosso.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 4 in favor and 3 opposed, therefore the motion passes.
Motion carries. Okay, item B, treasurer Brian Cleary at the rate of $14,100.
Second?
Moved and second on the question. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
That passes. Item C, attorney, Christian Grossier, Christopher Shenko, and John Sheehan at the salary listed.
Second.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So, these are. Item 7 is to appoint by vote an alternative district clerk, to appoint board member as an alternative district clerk to serve during the absence of the district clerk, Andrew Sgro. Moved and seconded on the question. You couldn't get it.
Wait.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, trustee. Thank you. Item 8, authority to sign checks. To appoint the board members to have the authority to sign district checks in the absence of the district treasurer, president and vice president, President Grosso and vice president Cavallari. Moved and second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Next item is to elect board members to the Central High School Board. 3 members need to move up. Yeah, appointed by election the vacant seat of Milagros Vicente.
I move Milagros Vicente.
Second. Moved and seconded on the question. Nominations?
Vote on that one.
Yeah. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Milagros moves, continues. Item B, appoint election the vacant seat of Gerardo Cavallari. Any nominations?
I move Gerardo Cavallari for high school.
Second.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Appoint by election the vacant seat of Patricia Farrell. I nominate.
I move Patty Farrell for high school position.
Second.
Okay.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Appoint standing, item 10 is to appoint standing board committees. This was by the president. Education committee will be trustee Vicente and trustee Sabatino. Business committee would be trustee Farrell, trustee Scrub. Policy committee would be president Grosso. Facilities committee will be trustee Cavalieri and then trustee Capozzi.
I have a question.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. Only one for policy. I'm sorry, trustee Vicente, question?
Okay. With trustee Grosso being the president, doesn't he serve as the person in every committee? Can he still be a chair?
He can be both. He is
Okay.
ex officio on every policy, on every committee, but he can also chair it.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure.
Any
So
further questions?
I have a question. So there can only be one person on a committee, and if that person isn't available, the committee just doesn't meet and nothing gets done?
Ideally, you have more than one person. Well, I had asked, if you have two, it's preferable, because you're right, the committee can't meet if one's unavailable.
So if anybody wants-
Yeah, and does anybody have?
I'm sorry, I did not hear the attorney's response.
I said it's preferable to have two individuals on a committee, because if it's only one and they can't make a meeting, then that committee can't meet without at least one of its members being there.
Still didn't hear what he said, but okay.
Okay.
It's preferable to have, it's preferred to have more than one person on the committee. So if any other trustees would like to volunteer for the policy committee, they may do so now.
Who was appointed to the policy committee? I'm sorry.
Trustee Grosso, President Grosso was chairing. So trustee Sabatino just volunteered for the policy committee.
And I'll volunteer also if she can't make it, or we can split the meetings.
Okay. Item number 11 is to appoint the vote for. Okay.
Our facilities was you, and
Trustee Capozio.
thank you.
So who's the voting delegate?
Just want to make sure. Appoint the voting delegate Sarah Sabatino, alternative Anthony Grosso.
Is that what you have to
Vote. Appoint, item 12, appoint by election the BOCES liaison to the budget advisory committee.
vote? I'm saying 11. 11 is actually a vote.
Oh, it's a vote, 11 is a vote, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, appoint by vote, that makes sense, good, sorry. Okay, we're gonna move voting delegate Sarah Sabatino.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Motion carries. The alternative to be Anthony Grosso. It's been moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. On the question, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Motion carries. This one says appoint by election, not by vote. Is that the same thing?
It is.
Okay. So I move item 12 to appoint by election BOCES liaison to the Budget Advisory Committee, Anthony Grosso.
Second.
Moved and second. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Appointment representative to the Residency Committee, Milagros Vicente, and Grosso.
Second.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's not a vote.
that's what
Yeah, we don't need to vote.
Appointment by vote. School safety teams. This is board member
Yeah.
by vote.
Is that the health and safety committee?
School safety,
No, they're two different committees. This is the safety committee, and then the separate one is later in the agenda. Health and safety is another committee later in the agenda.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind serving on that one you just mentioned, trustee.
safety team. This is, did you hear, this is for the safety team.
Yeah, that's fine.
So she's nominating herself as second.
How many, this says team, one board member, one vote?
It's one, you could have more than one.
Yeah.
You can't have more than 3.
We can have more than one.
Okay. So let's do one at a time then. Is anybody else interested in that? Put it up, nominate, another nomination? Okay, so the first one is Andrew Scrow. Moved.
Second.
Moved and second. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second board member, trustee Vicente would like to go.
Second.
Moved and seconded. On the question, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have time. Okay. Good with that? Item 15, the appoint representative to the negotiation committee. This is all of us. We still need to,
You negotiate through your superintendent and attorney.
yeah.
You can put people on, you have not negotiated through committee.
So so I'm just gonna, all right, move president, vice president, and all.
For all of the committees.
All
Second.
of it. Moved and seconded. On the question. Does it? All right, sorry, doesn't need a vote. Thank you, Chris. Okay, I move, well, we need to amend. Move to amend,
First, you need to discuss 33, 34, and 35, which are the last three items.
so we need to amend that under the consent. I need to make a motion to amend the consent, correct, Chris? Correct. We need a motion to amend the consent agenda,
Second.
eliminating items 33, 34, and 35 from the consent. Right?
I think you want to just discuss whose names you want, 33, 34.
Oh, so this-
And then make a motion to amend to add those names, and then you can do it all as one consent.
Okay, so we're amending to discuss items 30, 33, 34, 35 to add the names.
Correct. Second.
Moved and second. On the question? All those in favor? Aye.
We want 33.
Motion carries. All right, so item 33. So we're gonna do this as a vote on each one, or do it as consent? So item 33, we're
You're just
gonna,
going to discuss all three. Once you have the names, you fill them in, and then you can vote on it as one consent.
okay, so as item 33, the appointment of excellence and equity, we have trustee Duchette, trustee for the appointment of district health and safety committee, we have trustee Scrow, and appointment of HIV AIDS and advisory council, trustee Sabatino. Any questions on that?
I just want, well, my first one, gonna be on health and safety also.
So the first committee that you already voted on, and you have trustee Scroll and trustee Vicente on, that is the committee that looks at the district safety plan and the school safety plans. This committee is the health and safety committee. That's the committee that meets with Gerard, and talks about all manner of facilities and safety issues.
So what other committee did Malabras want to be on? Wasn't it,
Well,
I thought she said she wanted to be on another committee.
Milagros, you were voted on for the committee that does the district safety plan and the other safety plan. Is that the
Yes.
one you wanted to be on, or did you want to be on the health and safety committee, which is the committee that Assistant Superintendent Antoine runs?
I could be, the first one is fine.
Okay.
So no, is there any question? Now,
Now you vote on the consent agenda as amended.
so now we could vote on the consent of appointments 16 to 35. Moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. We take a moment to take a look.
Trustee Cavallari, sorry, I lost, my signal, I can't see the agenda. There was an item of residency officer that I had a question on, and I can't see where we're at right now, what
Okay, hold on.
number that is.
Let me see what number that is. Item 30. Yes, do you want me to read it to you?
Yes, I do have a question regarding that,
Okay,
I think
just
she's
for
talking about-
clarification.
okay, so,
I think she's talking about 13, representatives of the residency committee.
so,
No, not the committee, the
Okay, so-
officer.
It is 13.
So the appointment of the residency officer to appoint Gerard Antoine as a residency officer for the 2024-2025 school year. That's that line.
Right, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have I have a question for clarity. So this is not the same position as the person who's doing the investigation, in Kent Road, is it?
No. The district
No.
has to have its own residency officer so that when we make residency determinations, it comes from our residency officer. So that's why it's our assistant superintendent.
Okay, thank you for that clarification, I just wanted to make sure. All right, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions on the consent?
Yes, I'm fine with that, yes.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
No.
So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Non-appointment consent. I move non-appointment consent items 36 to 59.
Second.
Moved in second. Please take a moment. Any questions? Any questions from the board? No questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. That completes the deal, right? We're ready for this. Okay, that completes the reorg meeting. We're gonna go right into the. Excuse me, fire mine. Okay. We're going to the business meeting now. We have, we gotta do Is there any correspondence? No correspondence, okay. Recognition of visitors. Yep, I got it. Committee members, we are about to convene into public comment period of our meeting. Although state law does not require us to hold a public comment period, we have chosen to do so because we believe it is crucial for us to hear from our community members about their concerns and issues. Having said that, please note that the board is here to listen. The public comment period is not designated to be a discussion. Accordingly, please do not expect the board and the school district officers to respond to your concerns and questions tonight. This is because we take your concerns and questions seriously and want to have sufficient time to process and research issues if need be. We will, however, respond to your questions and concerns at a future meeting or have the proper staff member get back to you at the appropriate time. I also want to point out that under state and federal privacy laws, we are unable to entertain any comments or questions about school personnel. Please know, however, that we take personnel concerns very seriously. On these matters, we would ask you to go through the appropriate administrative channels. Our guide to communications with phone numbers and emails is available at the back of the table or on the board page of the district website. The board wants our meetings to serve as an example to our students that members of our school board and members of our community can deal with issues in a civil manner and demonstrate mutual respect. In that spirit, we insist that all speakers and members of the audience maintain civility and respect for any divergent views and other possessors. We ask that speakers please address their comments to the board directly rather than the audience. Speakers may address agenda items during the first comment period and any district-related topic of concern during the second comment period. In the unlikely event the meeting becomes unruly, the board will recess the meeting and return once order has been restored. Community members that wish to speak must submit a form to the district clerk, which can be found in the back of the meeting room. No additional forms will be accepted for the first comment period once the first comment period begins. No forms will be accepted for the second comment period after the start of the education committee portion of the agenda. Finally, I want to remind everyone that you may submit written comments to the board in lieu of speaking during the public comment period if you so choose through the district clerk by emailing districtclerk@valleystream13.com. The board will now entertain public comments for 20 minutes. Each individual speaker is allotted 3 minutes. The individual time limits will be enforced so that as many members of the public who wish to speak may be allowed to do so. Thank you. Okay, so we had. Okay, report of the superintendent.
No report.
Thank you. Education committee.
Trustee Vicente, but
Yeah.
maybe trustee Sabatino wants to do it since she was here.
Trustee Vicente, are you okay with that? So we're not.
Yes, please, because I can't see the agenda right now.
Thank you, Trustee Sabatino.
Thank you. No pressure, Ms. Sabatino, trustee
Yeah,
Sabatino.
you're out.
It's called teamwork.
Press it to turn it on.
Just so you know, legally, you can read as much or as little of the resolution as you want, as long as you say, as listed in the agenda. You certainly don't have to read the part of the asterisks.
Okay. I move item 1, appointment of classroom teacher, to appoint Edward Cotty as a classroom teacher, elementary education, on step 4 MA, on 4 years probation, commencing on August 30th, 2024, and expiring on August 29th, 2028, at the salary listed in the motion.
Second. Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, and I believe he's here.
I move item 2, appointment of classroom teacher, to appoint Leslie Pena as a classroom teacher on step 1 MA on 4 years probation, commencing on August 30th, 2024, and expiring on August 29th, 2028, at the salary listed.
Second.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
I move item 3, appointment of classroom teacher, to appoint Lauren Woodrow as a classroom teacher on step 1 MA on 4 years probation, commencing on August 30th, 2024, and expiring on August 29th, 2028, at the salary listed.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
I move item 4, appointment of leave replacement teacher reading. Resolve the Board of Education hereby approves Kalina Yu as a leave replacement teacher effective August 30th, 2024, conditioned upon the continuation of the leave of the teacher whom she is replacing and for the duration of such leave on the teacher's salary schedule, step 1 MA, at the rate listed in the motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded on the question. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr.
Congratulations.
President, does she have to say it unless student terminated? Is that okay?
Because it's in the agenda, you're voting on the resolution in the agenda.
Okay. So we can just say
I move items 1 through 22 as a consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Please take a moment to take a look. Any questions from the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Well done, Trustee Sabatino.
Thank you.
Okay, on to the business committee, trustee Farrell.
Good evening, everyone. I move item number 1, appointment of a part-time purchasing clerk. Resolve the Board of Education hereby appoints Robert Shialone to the position of part-time purchasing clerk at a rate listed in the motion, subject to approval by Nassau County Civil Service, and hereby authorizes the board president to execute an employment agreement with such employee.
Moved and
Second.
moved in second on the question. All those in favor? Motion
Aye.
motion carries.
I move item G, 1 to 4, as a consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and second. Woman? Any questions from the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And that concludes the business committee for tonight.
Thank you, trustee Farrell. And we have nothing for the policy committee. There's nothing for the facilities committee. Committee of the whole. Line item 1, legal action. Be resolved, the Board of Education hereby authorizes the law firm of Grosso to commence litigation against the party identified in confidential Schedule A as directed by Grosso LLP to take all necessary actions to commence and proceed with such litigation.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. I move K, items 1 through 9 as consent.
Second.
Moved in second, take a moment to take a look. Any questions from the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion-
Aye.
Motion carries. Report of the attorney?
Thank you. Yes, I report on the decision of the Commissioner of Education, where the Commissioner of Education affirmed that school boards have the authority to implement communication plans and restrict access of individuals, and including parents, where they're disruptive. Very similar to what we talked about tonight with protocols and procedures for behavior. In that case, the district engaged in escalating issues with the parent, where they first said you have a communication plan, you have to follow it, and when that didn't happen, they progressively took further action that ultimately led to a ban of that person from school grounds. The person said that they did not believe that was legal, challenged it. The Commissioner of Education said school boards do have the authority to engage in that kind of behavior where there is evidence of disruption by the individual in question.
Thank you, Chris. Do we have a high school report? No.
Yep.
No high school report? Okay. Any old business from the board? Any new business from the board? Recognition from business? No? All right. So back to, we need a motion to go to executive session.
Make a motion for executive session for legal and personnel matters with the board, the attorney, superintendent, and superintendent for human resources and business.
Second.
Moved in second on the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming. We are now in executive session. That concludes the business. Thank you all.